check, 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 check.
Test one.
afternoon, everyone, and welcome in here at Creve Coeur Soccer Park. Tanner Hendrickson alongside Colin Surrey as we are getting set for UHSP Eutectics men's soccer as they have their conference opener against Central Baptist University. And the UHSP Eutectics come into this one still looking for their first win of the season as they are 0-7 entering conference play. Meanwhile, the Central Baptist Mustangs come into this one 3-5, but there feels like there's been some momentum building for the Eutectics of Lake Collin. They got the monkey off their back of not having a goal scored through their first handful of games. They put up 2 in their loss to Fontbonne, and they were almost victorious in their last game against Brescia when they fell 2-1.
Yeah, no question. Things have been looking up for this team, and they're starting to develop that identity, start to figure out what that formula is for success. And of course, once you get an idea for that, it just breeds confidence within this team. And I think, they're looking to take another step forward in that regard. And this is a CBC team that went 1-5 in the AMC last year. So UHSP has got to be thinking, hey, if not now, then when?
And these teams played a year ago because they are the conference opponents in the AMC. They tied 2-2 in their lone matchup of the season. And the goal scorer for the Eutectics in that one was Jacob Woodard, the senior. As we're ready to kick this one off, the Eutectics will start with it. Mendoza is the man on top of the ball, ready to kick off the conference season, where the real season kind of begins for most squads here at the NAIA level, as we're just waiting for our ref to blow the whistle, and you can hear the wind howling as we are underway here in the AMC Conference opener. Tanner Hendrickson alongside Colin Surrey, and we know what, while they kind of pinball this one around at midfield to start things, I mentioned the wind count. It is going to be a factor today, gust in the 15-20 mile an hour range.
In a huge way. So in this first half, the Eutectics are going to work into the wind, maybe a prime opportunity to try to connect some of those long balls over the top, especially on sudden change opportunities, and really target Jacob Woodard. Let that wind kind of knock the ball down before it gets to the 18 where he can run under it and try to make something happen. He is one of the most spectacular players that we have in the AMC, a first team all-conference selection, despite the record that we saw from UHSP a year ago. He is really just a joy to watch.
Yeah, he had, the last time I was able to see the Eutectics in person, and the ref says you took 10 yards extra steps, so go back there and rethrow this one in, setting the tone in the first minute. I like
10
it from
yards,
the official.
that's not too bad. I mean, come on.
But last time we saw the Eutectics, or at least I saw the Eutectics in person, was their loss at Fontbonne 5-2. And Eutectics, though the scorer doesn't really tell the story of that game. They were generating offensively. They got pinned at times, but they were able to generate some offense, and their 2 goals came from the penalty spot. To your point on Woodard, he is dangerous when he is inside that box, and it's when he can get out in some space and run.
And not only is he dangerous, like you say, putting the ball on the goal, he attracts so much attention, and basically the only way to get him off the ball is to be physical with him. He's too skillful to just take the ball away from him, and that's where you run into trouble in the box, and he can draw those penalties like you talk about. So that'll definitely be something to watch for the Eutectics today.
As that goes out of play, it'll be a throw-in right in front of us. We are right here on field level, probably 5-10 yards from the midfield line, as here comes Central Baptist ready to build the attack from the edge of the 18-yard box. That shot was blocked. UHSP will try and clear it out. Now they've got numbers. I'm going to set the over-under, Colin. 2.5 times we have to duck here today in these 2 games for UHSP.
That's a pretty good number. We are in prime position.
Oh, and that one just drilled the post. Burden got a shot towards goal, letting it go for the moment. That was Taylor, but it ends up getting bailed out as it drilled the post. So Wynn probably kept that one in a little closer than he was expecting.
Exactly. That was a ball that you could almost tell, Wyatt Taylor thought, there's no way that one's coming to the back post, and the wind somehow helped curl it in there to at least catch a part of that post. But a great play earlier by Caden Greither with the block in front there. That's going to be really imperative for UHSP, especially in this first half. Those defenders have got to be disciplined. They've got to maintain their shape and be ready for those shots in front, because Wyatt Taylor is going to be peppered with some shots with some serious pace on them.
As this is going to be thrown towards the box, getting his head on it, it hits the crossbar. McElhaney, and then they put it in and score. Central Baptist takes a 1-0 lead. Not even 4 minutes into this one, 1-0 Mustangs on top.
Yeah, it looked like that was Hugh McCauley right there, the 10 jersey that ended up with the goal. And, you know, it's a goal that it looks like, hey, it's right there, wide open net. But when that ball is almost up near your shoulder, to strike that cleanly, make sure you put it on net. Don't get underneath it and pop it over the bar. Well done. And just like Central Baptist would want, you take advantage early on with this wind at your back.
They put the pressure on with that goal. McCauley is up to 3 now on the season, the senior from Liverpool, England. And it's 1-0 Central Baptist early on in this one. As Utectic get a foul, they'll now have a free kick around midfield. Well, we know, I mean, playing in the wind on that free kick right there around midfield, you know that those kind of plays are going to be very dangerous, especially with the way the wind is going to play today.
Yeah, really interesting. The man in the 10 jersey, Hugh McCauley, listed as a defender, but he is up in that attacking midfield position currently.
That goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Central Baptist. They're in their road blue uniforms with the white numbers on it. Utectic's in the home whites with the purple pants. They play it down the line. I believe that's Rajesh over there that's going to try and throw this into the box. It's still loose, and now it'll be knocked away by Central Baptist. Utectics will step up here defensively, try to keep it in. Woodard with the shot towards goal, and it missed just wide to the right, and it will be a goal kick.
Was just going to mention, Tanner, how often do you see in this game that the most vulnerable a team tends to be is right after they score a goal themselves? And wow, that was a great opportunity for Jacob Woodard. It just went wide, but that one looked like it was really going to challenge the goalie had it not been deflected just barely.
Yeah, he is the guy that is going to be circled. He's got playing actual football out there now as taking him down. That may have been, was that Postal that was out there with that challenge? It was either him or Alcanati that committed the foul. Either way, Central Baptist is going to try and build the attack now quickly. So come here towards the far side. Burden played all the way back towards the near side. Central Baptist is going to try and build the attack now. McCauley, the goal scorer, has it. He has to back out now. You see Central Baptist College, they being patient right now. Not sure if they meant that overlap. Burden's the one that took it away. Nifty footwork, trying to get for a goal kick.
Yeah, and that might be a defense strategy for the Utectics, especially up into those corners. Maybe give a little extra space towards that end line because it's going to be hard to keep it in with that wind helping push it over like we just saw on that play.
Woodard's got it now. He's got a runner down the far side. Lesmus is the one that he's trying for, but it'll go all the way back to the keeper now. Tough part for the way that the Utectics play is that they will get kind of sucked in defensively, try and throw as many bodies defensively, which can work at times, but their offense is then limited to the counter attack, which they do excel at because of the speed of Jacob Woodard.
Yeah, and not only that, Jacob Woodard is such a versatile player. We've seen him used in multiple ways. Seen him used as the guy who's on the receiving end trying to connect that long ball over the top. We've seen him used kind of more in a playmaking midfield type of role as well, really just showing off all his skills.
Chance for the Utectics now, 3-on-3. They play it for Woodard, who couldn't get his right foot to it. McElhaney was the one that broke it up. Central Baptist does a good job to survive that kind of 3-on-3 push from the Utectics.
Really positive signs, though, since that first goal from Central Baptist.
As they now build the attack on the near side. So it was McCauley, that was one that has it. They go back over there. Chinese is the one that's trying to race to it. Stays in play, and that'll be knocked out by the Utectics, and it'll be a throw-in coming for Central Baptist. first conference game of the year, always want to start off fast in conference play. Don't want to be chasing as the season goes on. So this is a big first game for both of these sides. You can hear the wind howling in our headsets.
Yeah, you know, you think about the importance of you build that entire non-conference schedule around getting yourself ready for conference play. All of your goals start with success in conference play.
100%, as Mendoza tried to play that into the box, but it's headed down around the 18-yard box. For the Tactics, again, doesn't look great on paper at 0-7 in the non-con slate. But again, they started to build momentum. That's what we're talking about. You know, sometimes it's not about the record in non-conference play, though it can potentially save you for an at-large bid potentially at the tournament. But it is more about trying to set yourself up for success in conference play. And I feel like they could be a team that could play spoiler this season in the AMC.
And of course, you love to stack wins, but really it's about challenging yourself. Again, making sure that you are ready for an ultra-competitive league. If you come into the AMC having not challenged yourself and you don't really know who you are as a team, you'll find out pretty quickly once you get to American Midwest Conference play.
As a foul was committed by UHSP on the near side there. Central Baptist will bring it ahead. Wind will carry that one out of play, and that's what we're talking about. That was a really well ball played ahead here to Burton, who was wide open, but you could just see the wind keeping that ball up in the air. 1-2 touch there to Croft at midfield, but Central Baptist will regather it.
So for that reason, if you can keep it on the ground, play it to the feet as often as you can, that's your advantage all day long.
You can see that right now. That's what Central Baptist is trying to do, keep this ball low on the ground while they try to build the attack. Mendoza's going to try and apply pressure now. Not able to get to it. Now Central Baptist is going to try and break out here. Vernon's got it on a line. Nice step-up play there, as it was a great defensive win on the challenge by Taylor. He's been fantastic so far this season, as they're going to play it all the way back to their keeper. We'll send it out of play on the near side. Taylor, though, has been really good for this Utectic squad early on this season in those step-up plays that we've seen.
Well, and it's really exciting when you look at Rogers back there as well. I mean, these guys are all sophomores or freshmen. So it's a core that you can really build around for the future. And again, you talk about trying to build an identity as a team. Those three are trying to do that.
This ball played towards back post, but it will go out of play. Don't think that was meant to be a shot on goal, quote unquote. I think what they were looking for on that play was a potential cross, but the wind just carries that ball out. Sun will pop in and out of today's game. Not hot at all, which is a nice change of pace, I might say. You know, it's a beautiful kind of 70-degree day. We've got that breeze blowing, so it feels like it's in the 60s. This is my kind of weather. This is Tanner's prime spot to be out and about doing play-by-play.
Interesting. Remnants of a hurricane. That's the prime weather for Tanner Hendrickson.
As long as it's nice, you know. Now, if we were here getting rained on, it would be a different story. Tactics build the attack now. They're throwing numbers into the box. Played in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Took a deflection on goal. I think that deflected off of Lesmus there.
I thought maybe even Alfredo Lopez was the one that angled that back to his goalie right there. Had a little bit more pace than I think he wanted to, but he put it right on him. That was a nice defensive play.
Lesmus trying to get around 3 defenders now. Dances around the first 2, trying to shield off the third. He's going to get some support now from Rajesh as they play it towards the midfield. Croft has it. They'll kind of reset the attack now as they go back towards the near side. A little give and go. Taylor's going to try and bend this towards the box, but that one's going to get caught up in the wind. He's trying to go towards the far side post and trying to roll this one out quickly as they come back on the attack fast.
Yeah, and that's just a little unfortunate for the Utectics because that was their best build of the game so far. Just felt like maybe that was a little unwarranted from that far out.
Woodard,
oh, look at this.
Gets the turnover, now bringing it ahead quickly. Mendoza going to line up a shot, low roller, but he rolled it too far to the left, and it goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Kalel, he kind of pulled up just a little bit, about 30 yards out, to check and see if he had any support with him. He saw he was all by himself, and by then it just let the defense into the picture just enough to close down that angle. It was a good idea with the shot, trying to roll one towards that far post, but anything with the wind coming into you as well, it's going to exaggerate any bend, any spin that you put on the ball, making it even more difficult, not only to put pace on it, but to keep it on target as well. That was a good-looking shot from Mendoza.
And the other thing, too, I mean, you just saw right there, we've talked about Jacob Wooder all game about for the Utectics. Why? Because he is kind of the engine that drives the offense. Right there, you saw it. He gets the ball, force a turnover, and what happens? You see Central Baptist get closed in on him, that they lose track of the play on the outside. As now they come from the outside now. Burden tried to take a touch inside, but a nice job as it's knocked out of play.
Rashad Rajesh, good job getting back. Good awareness right there. Had his head on a swivel.
See the throw in coming now for Central Baptist. Lopez has it, gets around the edge now, plays it back to Burton, who's inside the 18-yard box. He's looking for support. They try to play this towards the far side, trying to settle that down with the left foot. Was the goal scorer and McGauley, but he couldn't bring it down. And now we'll see them reset this attack. Good pressure being applied there. Kanani's the one that was applying that. Rajesh tries to head it down, but he heads it right to a Mustang. And now they've got it on the edge of the 18-yard box, inside the edge. Burden tries to throw it towards goal, and he shot it high, and it'll go out for a goal kick.
And that's another factor with the wind coming in on a ball that you can maybe at least partially clear it with your head. Not today.
No.
Into the wind right there. Rajesh found that out the hard way.
It'll feel like peeing in the wind, It's going to come right back at you.
Well, you have no choice if you're the Utectics in the first half. Got to play the hand you're dealt. In the second half, they'll get the advantage themselves, but
this is going to be a game of kind of surviving when you've got the wind in your face.
And not only that, of course, you love to hold your opponent to no goals scored with the wind at their back, but one is not the end of the world here for the Utectics if they can continue to play solidly defensively here.
Throw this one into the box. Oh, that looked like it hit a hand. And the ref not going to call it, as it will remain in the midfield here. This thing's skied a mile high into the cloudy sky. Utectics still trying to win back possession of it, but Central Baptist will cut it off. Good pressure being applied by Lesmus. He's been active here on this outside wing position early on in the first half.
Yeah, Lesmus has a bright future.
Ball played in here on the edge of the 18-yard box. They go to Burden. Burden sends a low pass inside the 18-yard box. Shot on goal, and it was a nice save there as a sprawling slave. Second shot attempt was blocked, and it rolls towards the far side. Taylor did a good job to save the most dangerous chance we've seen since the goal.
Yeah, it's just tough to tell from this angle, but it really looked like Burden might have been at least a half a step behind the defense there on that initial attempt.
That's what I thought as well.
You saw the defenders for the Utectics motioning as much themselves.
Burden trying to get around the two Utectics, but he cannot. He gets played towards the midfield now. Good pressure applied by Jacob Wooder. One thing you'll have to be aware of if you're Taylor in goal for UHSP today, any ball that even rolls out here towards midfield can be blasted towards goal with the wind because it will pick up steam quickly.
Yeah, look out if you come off your line even just a little bit. It can be on you in a hurry.
Mustangs have it here. Trying to find the passing lane, throwing this towards the far side post. Lopez, they got a head on it, but it goes wide, and it will be a goal kick coming.
I like that idea right there from the Mustangs and what Alfredo Lopez was trying to do right there, the senior from Mexico City. When you got the wind at your back, just get it up into that penalty area as often as you can, and you just never know what's going to happen if it comes to comes to feet. If you get somebody with a good head on it, like you saw in that last one, put it on frame, anything can happen. Just create as many opportunities as you can right now. If you're Central Baptist and UHSP, you'll concede a little possession as long as those shots aren't coming in a flurry.
They won't worry about that long as, to your point, they can throw it towards goal. They've got to throw it here at the corner again. Near the corner, I should say. And it will be Tactics ball now. Also good to see Coach Hogan back on the sidelines. Missed the last game for UHSP. It's good to see him back out here. As we're inside at 27 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0. It's coming our way. That's going to go out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Central Baptist. We can really see not only is the ball being altered from left to right, it is also really pushing towards this far side with this breeze kind of coming in at a slight angle.
That is very true. And, you know, watching this first half so far, nearly to the midway point of it, you might think that the Mustangs have, what, maybe a 3-to-1. I was expecting maybe about a 4-to-1 shots advantage ratio. It is only 7-to-3. The Eutectics, again, despite giving up some of this possession, have not had a ton of shots come their way, and only 2 of them have been on frame so far, and obviously that includes the goal that was scored.
And to your point there, when they have had possession, they're taking advantage of it, as we're seeing a head of steam now from Lesmus, getting more towards the middle, trying to find support, and he will on the near side with Medlock. Medlock will play it towards Woodard, but he was offside. That'll be a free kick coming for Central Baptist. But yeah, when they've had the ball, the Tactics, again, losing the possession battle, there's no doubting that. When they have had it, they've created opportunities in their small sample size so far today.
A little bit of a risky play there from Hugo Chacon, stepping up to induce the offsides. That call doesn't come. Jacob Woodard is not the guy you want behind everyone else.
He's one of those that I wouldn't even want to try and do the offsides trap on in case I was wrong.
It is a risky play with that guy.
Akinani's on the far side now, or near side, excuse me. And he's going to take down the Central Baptist player after he got shielded off. He doesn't like it, but that's the correct call. It'll be a free kick coming for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was Alexander Bertelsen that had situated himself really well out there. 5'10", out of Sweden. And he's kind of sturdy out there, wide body to try to get around.
That one will go out of play. The sun peeks back out from behind the clouds. Oh, Woodard off. They would have tried that back pass. He was right there to try and pick that one away.
Good pressure.
Tactics step up. Nice job there. Medlock will get the steal. Medlock kind of chunked the ground on that one or topped the ball. Not sure. Either way, he turns it over. Now a chance for the Mustangs to counter as they come quickly here on the far side. Medlock's got it. Or excuse me, it's Burden with it. Burden on an overlapping run will give it to Ichanis. They go inside to the 18-yard box. Look for a pass on the edge of the 18. McElwee was the one that scored the goal. This time he sails it high, and it will be a goal kick coming.
Yeah, he is hunting shots in this first half, taking them early and often.
You mentioned that they've only put 2 on frame. Not like this Mustang squad is coming into this one. They average 9.1 shots per game, but they have hit target. Their shots on goal percentage is above 50% coming into this one at 53.4%.
That's pretty impressive.
And, you know, it kind of goes to our point. Again, doing that with just 9 shots per game goes to our point of, you know, just because you lose the possession battle, that isn't the end-all be-all. It's about how efficient are you with your opportunities. Woodard goes down.
Took a lot of contact, but what you love about Jacob Woodard, just keeps playing hard. That's all this guy knows to do.
Lesmus will dance around. Now they get it to Woodard, who lost his shin guard. I don't know if he knows that came off or not. Woodard doesn't care. He's going to get right back in there and try and get the ball.
His work rate is second to none.
And it's a shame that his brother Grant Woodard lost for the season with a knee injury, but and those two, they were a lot of fun covering a year ago because of the offense that those two can just generate by themselves. There's a nice ball played here. Burden's got it. Burden's going to bend this into the 18-yard box. It's popped up into the air. Taylor's trying to settle it back down. It's turned over, though. Burden gets to it, cuts back on the left foot, now goes back to the right. Eutectics will cut him off, though, and they will clear it away from danger.
Nicely done.
Very impressive first half from the back line after that first goal.
No question. I mean, that had danger written all over it, and the defense really handled that well.
Central Baptist played it into the middle. It'll be taken away by UHSP.
And by the way, the Woodards are from North Carolina, hoping that their family is all okay with all the weather and landslides and floods and everything that has affected the area. And not only them, anyone, with all that tragedy that's gone on.
Well said, partner. UHSP will go near side now. Try and build the attack. Cutting back in the middle, plenty of space here for Medlock. Jesh has got it. Plays patty cake with it. And you can see Central Baptist really bringing that back line up, making sure that they force all the attackers as high up on the field as possible. Well, Jacob Wood must have gotten his shin guard back. I don't see it on the field anymore. That or the wind took it and blew it to a new county. This one will be just off the head there of Lopez, back to his keeper. Etrigren, the freshman from Stockholm, Sweden.
Yeah, he's looked good in this first half for Central Baptist, but you know, I would love to see the Eutectics find a way to somehow generate a set piece, somewhere where they can create some chaos, and even with the wind not in their favor, just create a chaotic situation where maybe we can sneak away with a goal.
Be really fun to see how the Eutectics will play when they've got the wind at their back in the second half, because they can really play that ball long and just let Woodard go. It's like the Energizer Bunny out there. He just never stops.
Yeah, again, his work rate, his work ethic is just so impressive. And his competitive demeanor is maybe one of my favorite things about him. His body language stands out. He's a leader.
Hit a little bit of a lull here. Both teams kind of fighting for possession at the midfield and trying to build up this attack. Now here come the Eutectics. Lesmus tries to play it ahead there for Alkanani, but he couldn't get it to him. But the Eutectics maintain possession of it. Now Alkanani does have it. Gonna try and get a step into the inside there, but he's going to be cut off. And now here come the Mustangs with a potential counter opportunity. Burton will be the one that will carry it down the far side now. Burton will chip it ahead to Murray. Tried to play it in the middle, deflects off Taylor, and it spins out of play for a throw-in.
Mustangs are going to commit some bodies forward and try to toss one into the box here.
Looks like they're going to go long on the throw-in here. Fredo Lopez, the senior from Mexico City. He's the man that looks like he's the long throw-in specialist.
And he's the one that had that ball that I really liked earlier.
Well, they played short, goes out. It'll be another throw-in for Central Baptist. Looks like UHSP is going to bring on their first sub of the game potentially.
And there was a good read there by Mendoza, thinking that they might try to get him with a service.
Baptist misplays it. You can hear our whistles going on in the background. That's because we're at Creve Coeur Soccer Park. Multiple fields behind us. Not sure what age range playing behind us, but there's younger girls on the field.
All kinds of different age ranges.
Good Ball in the middle. Nice job defensively from UHSP, and that's what we've been talking about in the back line. One, a tough challenge there. Murray was almost broken free.
How about the way that the Eutectics have challenged without fouling in this first half? That's maybe been the most impressive thing so far. When you have that knowledge that, hey, any shot in that penalty area, even just outside of the box with this kind of wind, is extremely dangerous. It makes every situation, you're just a little bit more on pins and needles, and you just can't tell from this defensive line right now from UHSP. They are playing with confidence. They're not afraid, and it served them well.
And the funny thing is the fouls that have been recorded by the Eutectics today have been committed by their forwards or midfielders so far in this one. But you're right, the back line's been fantastic in this one, as there they are to intercept again. Pinballs are on. Nice little flick on there. Ishani's was the one that's able to keep possession somehow for the Mustangs. McElhaney throws this into the box. It's loose, and the Eutectics will clear it away. The wind will keep it in, but the Mustangs will let it go out for a throw-in. Burden trying to get around the edge. Throws this into the box. Oh, he almost was able to connect with Murray there. Just missed his head by a couple of centimeters.
Yeah, and that's the ball that's really dangerous. That outswinger along the end line with the wind coming in kind of just straightens the ball out, and then it's a much more handleable ball. That's not a great way to say it, but easier ball to deal with if you're trying to put a head on it. You know, it's not moving as much. It's a little bit more straight.
Mustangs tried to flick that one towards the far side, but it goes out of play via UHSP throw-in, which means we'll see our first sub of the game. Sasha Postal's coming into the game. The freshman from here in St. Louis, Missouri, went to Belleville High School. And it looks like he's coming on for Les Miss. Freshman from Miami, Florida.
Handleable. Goodness gracious. I'm going to have to put that one on the back burner.
It's the first game of the day, you know?
That's a good point. First game of 3 for me of the day.
Yeah, by game 3, you won't use that one probably.
Baby steps. Just trying to get better.
It'll be a throw-in for... No, excuse me, the wind.
Yeah, try it again. Never went in.
See 2 subs for Central Baptist getting ready to come into the game. I think that 3 subs will be coming on. Play near side, bodies go down. Woodard does a nice job as they start going at body to body now. As we see dinner plans being discussed for after the game.
Nothing nefarious there at all. I mean, that's a senior leader sticking up for his teammate right there, just saying, hey, come on, let's break it up. And then same thing from Central Baptist. So that's what you want to see. Nobody going at anyone personally. Everybody just sticking up for their teammate there.
Jesh will be the one that looks like he's going to play this free kick for the Eutectics. Try and get this into the box. Good ball played towards the middle there on the edge of the 18-yard box, but a foul is going to be called against UHSP. Central Baptist going to play it quickly and try and come fast on the counterattack now. Lopez plays it to Murray. Been crisp passing so far in this one for the Mustangs. Have to work it back towards the near side now and try and build an attack. That's a line drive towards Murray. He was able to knock it down and somehow is able to get back possession of this ball.
Yeah, that was a crazy settle right there.
A nice job by Woodard to come from behind. Got taken down from behind. No call, though. Pinballs around midfield. Good step up there by Croft. And now they will send this one ahead. A long ball played by UHSP. trying to get underneath it is Alcanani, but he cannot. That is one thing that the defenders have to be kind of weary about when they're running back for the Mustangs in the first half. That wind will just check that ball up, and you can see that's what Alcanani was hoping for, was to surprise him and get another steal and get a breakaway.
Yeah, it's easy to overrun one, and then you get somebody like a Jacob Woodard, he might try to anticipate that misplay at some point.
This one spins towards this went off the head of Lopez. Rajesh is just going to let that one go out of play. We've multiple subs now.
Sorry, partner. We've praised the back line, rightfully so, of the Eutectics so much. The midfield has done an excellent job as well, working back into the picture. And when you think about some of these heavy possession style of play that we've seen from the Mustangs in the first half, a really compact defense, and the midfielders have done their part in this as well.
Brinker and Tolan came on for the Eutectics. About 4 bodies that came on for the Mustangs. See a throw coming for UHSP. 11:20 to go here in the first half. It's been a pretty entertaining first half. Just 1 goal to show for, but it's been a very physical battle in the midfield. Water, nice job to get his foot on that one. UHSP's got numbers now. Quick counterattack opportunity. They go towards the far side, trying to settle it down. Tolan's looking for support now and gives it to Postal, who will then lose it as the Mustangs are able to knock it away. That's kind of what the first half has been. A lot of great defensive plays. Nice one-touch pass here as they play it through. Mileba is going to race for it on the far side. He's able to keep it in for the time being. And then he takes down the flag in the corner, and it will be a throw-in for the Eutectics.
That's unbelievable. He even had a chance to stop that right there. I thought that ball was gone, and you could just kiss it goodbye with the wind at its back.
Mileba, a junior midfielder from Toronto, Canada, 6'2". You can see the length. He's got it now, going to line up a shot. No, he crosses back to the left foot. He gets inside the 18-yard box. Murray throws it towards goal, but right at Taylor, who makes the save. And the best part about it, no rebound.
Sticky hands.
Thrown into the box. This one bounces towards the back post. Put on goal, as it was Bressers that threw that towards frame, but Taylor's there again to make the save.
Saw some really good work, just positioning-wise on that initial shot. Again, it was a great job to create from the Mustangs. Muleba coming right off the bench, but the way that Rogers positioned himself, that shot had no place to go but right at the keeper, and that's why you saw that excellent save from Taylor.
We haven't talked much about Taylor today, though he's made 3 saves now, I believe, at this point in the game. But I mentioned it, want to bring him up because you're right, nice give and go here, but the Eutectics defense does its job and intercepts for the time being. But I want to mention him because in the last game that I covered of him against Fompon, they could have easily lost that game 9-2, not 5-2. He was fantastic and kept the Eutectics in it. And we've seen so far today, he's kept it from ballooning any bigger and just keeping it a 1-score game.
Almost an ambush early on with that goal from the Mustangs, but both sides, and I think particularly the Eutectics, can be really proud of the form that they've shown in this first half.
Woodard had it, got poked free from him. He's still trying to get to it. Now it'll roll towards the near side corner. Mustangs get it out, and now they've got a chance for a quick counter attack. This ball is played all the way through to the keeper, Taylor. I think CBC thought they were offsides because they did not go after that ball with much effort.
Yeah, it was a little too direct as well.
8 minutes to go in the Eutectics conference opener against Central Baptist College. Tanner Hendrickson alongside Colin Surrey. See Central Baptist just kind of taking their time. It's interesting, they've tried this a lot where they've tried to slow play their way up the field, but when they've tried to slow play up the field, it hasn't been as successful when they get out on the counterattack and run.
Yeah, no question. They've just had trouble generating an actual shot from this, and again, the Eutectics making them earn their way down the field, able to get it back here, at least have a throw-in with a chance to have a build of their own. Still a little over 7 minutes left in this first half, and we've seen from the Eutectics they've shown some signs of being able to get some dangerous opportunities. Let's see if they can generate another.
Woodard's got it now at the midfield. He gets doubled. No foul call. They play advantage for the time being, and now they will call. That foul is from Woodard's tackle, as he wrapped up the defender that took him down, brought him down there with him.
It's another great play by Owen Rogers. I'm telling you, that freshman right there is really talented, and every time I've seen him this year, he's gotten better. You know, that's something else, that you have a really young player and you start to see that upward trajectory of their development. I mean, that gets you really excited if you're a Eutectics fan.
I'm not sure what the yellow card is for, but Greither's the one that's going to get it. Greither picks up a yellow. Don't know why or what he may have done. This one's thrown in the box. This is dangerous. It came off the head there. I believe that's Person that connected with it off of the head, but he put it way far away from goal as he went down.
Yeah, I think it may have been Hugo Chacon. That was incredible that he got up to that one. There's a handball.
Another chance for the Mustangs to throw this into the box inside of 7 minutes to go here. They go quickly, play a low cross on the ground, and it's going to be knocked out of play, but offsides was one of the Mustangs, as we've got a player that is down, a couple players that are down. Trying to see who that is getting up slowly for Central Baptist. I believe that's Billy Murray.
Yeah, but you know, this is maybe the third or fourth time now we've seen in the first half Rashad Rajesh, just excellent awareness, being where he needs to be, and from the back end, kind of away from the play, providing help and being able to not only cover his assignment, but help out with others as well.
So they will play this free kick shortly. Woodard took down another Mustang. Nothing called though. Mustangs try to build the attack on the near side, and that one is punted into the air and somehow stays in play. Bad touch there. Eutectics almost broke free with it. Postal's the one that's got it now. Trying to get there for support is Tolan. And a foul called. We're going to see another yellow handed to a Eutectic. It looks like we will on a late challenge there. As that's handed out, that's Tolan that's going to get called for it.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Tanner.
2 yellows in a matter of less than a minute, 2 minutes and a half there.
Of what's really been a very clean first half all the way around until now.
How many fouls have the Eutectics committed in this one so far?
They are at 8 to Central Baptist 2, which is, you know, a little to be expected with the conditions and the way everything's playing so far in this first half.
And that's about where I figured it would be, because Mustangs haven't committed as many fouls. Play it down the far side, and there's Rajesh to block that cross attempt out of play. Lopez was the one that tried to put it in. Thrown in short. Bressers couldn't get it. Tolan, who just picked up the yellow, was able to get the ball here for the Eutectics.
Just another great play by Rajesh. That looks like the guy that is the most dangerous in terms of playmaking, setting up his teammates. Alfredo Lopez has had a few really nice balls, and right now Rajesh just isn't even giving him a chance.
Great ball played by Postal to the near side to Tolan. Little give and go with Woodard. Overlapping now is Medlock, who gets there. He's near the end line there. He has support. Chance to throw this into the box, and it was blocked. Tolan tried to get that in, but the Mustangs able to get a piece of it. Now they look to counter now. 2-on-2 if they hurry. And they'll play it ahead. Rajesh is going to have to try and help close, getting a chance on it. Taylor came off the line, gets it with the foot, dives and makes another save on a shot attempt by Bressers. Mustangs still in a dangerous area here. Tebow's looking to try and let this one roll out. How about the play by Taylor there?
That was excellent. I mean, that is instinct, feel that you just can't teach.
You could tell that attack, when the moment we saw them potentially break out, could be problematic for the Eutectics. As now, nice move there by Postal, who brings it ahead, gets it to Woodard, and here come the Eutectics. Woodard shot out of a cannon, trying to cross up the defender there, dribbles around him, cuts towards the middle. Ball's bouncing on him a little bit now as he's looking for some help. He'll get it from Tolan, but it comes back to Woodard. Woodard tried to get out of the defense, but a nice little stab there. Poking that free was Bertilson.
Well, I hope Joe McElhenney is all right out there. He might be dizzy after the way Woodard had him spinning. That was incredible.
Ball played in. Postal able to settle down that hard pass low at his feet, trying to get it to the left foot, but it's going to be taken off of him, and it'll be grabbed by the Mustangs.
Some nice connections there from the Eutectics, though.
They were trying to now send a ball for Bressers. He wanted to make a run from the outside in. Couldn't connect inside. 3 minutes to go in the first half. We'll see if the Eutectics can find a way to draw even before halftime, but if they can hold this at just 1-0 going into the half and getting the wind on their back going into the second half, I would think that'd be a huge win for Coach Hogan.
Massive win, massive win. And then, you know, it's not only just looking at the score, it's how you got to that score. And the way the Eutectics have looked over these last 40 minutes is really impressive.
Really, for the Mustangs, hit the post early on within the first minute, hit the crossbar, which then ends up leading to the goal.
Yep.
And outside of that, though, one or two other opportunities. Outside of that, though, the Eutectics defensively have been able to keep them in check since the first goal.
And let's also keep in mind that there have been a couple of shots that have come on with a ton of pace that a lot of goalies would probably allow a rebound chance for, and Wyatt Taylor has just snagged it out of midair with confidence, not using the body at all, just showing off great soft hands in net there.
Woodard got taken down there, so a foul against the Mustangs. UHSP will just play quickly towards their back line. Inside a minute and a half to go here in the first half.
4 of 5 saves for Wyatt Taylor in the first half.
At least 2 of those have been very high danger opportunities, I would say. Mustangs will just slowly want to try and build the attack now. If they want to, they may just want to try and go into halftime and have a 1-0 lead.
Just a little bit surprising to me.
I would think the more the merrier when you get the wind, when you know you're going to be playing into the wind in the second half. A whistle by Lopez. He's trying to make a run here on this far side. Now he'll get to it.
Yeah,
the whistle worked.
In my opinion, he just hasn't touched it enough.
See what he does now. He plays it into the box. Dangerous ball put towards goal, and they score. But offsides, a great run by Murray, but he's just a split second ahead of the defense. A beautiful ball that was played in, and the Eutectics still hold a 1-0 lead because the offsides flag was up.
I've been saying it all half. You know, that's the guy that you can't let be the distributor. You saw why right there. I mean, dodged a bullet, did the Eutectics.
He almost had the perfect call saying he needs to touch the ball more, and it almost leads to a goal.
Whew. Good action from the Mustangs.
10 seconds to see if they want to try anything here. They will play it towards the near side. Eutectics will just head this one out of play, and the clock will trickle down to all zeros, and we have reached the end of the first half. Central Baptist is on top 1-0 thanks to the goal scorer, Hugh McGoley. His 3rd goal of the season, the senior from Liverpool, England, scored less than 5 minutes into the first half, but from there, all the action went back and forth, and the Eutectics are able to go into this halftime down 1-0, which we talked about earlier. Colin, feels like a major win for UHSP.
Yeah, no question, a major win for UHSP. And you think about, you know, again, all the time that the Mustangs spent on the Eutectics side of the field, no corners conceded in that first half. In fact, we did not see any corners from either team. in that first half. Shots were in favor of the Mustangs 12-3. Those 3 shots came early on from the Eutectics in the first half. You said McCauley with that goal for Central Baptist. So really a pretty good showing from the Eutectics. They can reload and again have that confidence knowing that they showed some good things down the stretch of that first half going into the second with a chance to maybe unlock Jacob Woodard and get him loose in this second half.
And I was just about to ask you, what do you think the keys are for the Eutectics going into half number 2?
So in order to unlock Jacob Woodard, the guy who he's got that magical chemistry with is Ty Medlock. If you can find a way to connect those 2 guys and maybe create a little eye candy around it to open up a chance for those 2, that would be what you want to do. And then, of course, with the amount of attention that Jacob Woodard attracts at any given moment, if the ball is at his feet, he can open up chances for his teammates as well. So we'll see if they can get that Ty Medlock to Woodard connection going, but certainly it all starts with that man, Jacob Woodard.
That's my partner, Colin Surrey. I'm Tanner Hendrickson. We'll step aside as we've reached the half. UHSP trails in their AMC conference opener 1-0 to the Central Baptist Mustangs. We'll step aside. We'll have the second half for you here in just about 13 minutes. start half number 2 here as we're at the Shreveport Soccer Complex. Tanner Hendrickson alongside Colin Surrey as Central Baptist Mustangs lead the UHSP Eutectics 1-0. And we talked about it going kind of out of that first half, but it'll be interesting to see what the Eutectics offense now looks like, Colin, now that they've got the wind at their back.
Yeah, expect them to be a little bit more aggressive. And again, when you have that advantage, just keep throwing it into the mixer. Give yourself as many opportunities, as many chances as you can. And I think the message will be clear. When you've got a guy leading the charge like Jacob Woodard, I think the message will be clear and everyone will follow suit.
Get ready to kick off half number 2. Make sure you join us at around 2 o'clock as well. We'll have the women's game for you between these two sides. That should be a fun one as well. Eutectics ladies squad is 2-3 going into their first conference contest in the AMC. But we first got to see if the Eutectics can climb back in this one and find a way to get some points here in the AMC conference as the second half is officially now underway. We'll see how they get Woodard involved, and we'll see how the Central Baptist squad adapts to the wind change. You know, they were playing a lot of long balls in that first half. You can still do it, but it's a lot tougher with the wind blowing in your face.
Yeah, and some changes here for the Mustangs. They'll go with Padri Muleba starting the second half. He came on and showed some really good stuff late in that first half, so maybe they saw something they liked there on the sideline from him.
Oh, here he is. Nice little 1-2 touch passing, and now they play it back as it's Magoli that will have it. Throws it towards the edge of the box. Murray's going to pass it back towards the edge of the 6. Shot on goal, and that one sails so far wide right, it's not even a goal kick. I didn't even know that was possible.
I mean, circle that moment, though, in this game. That was a golden chance for the Mustangs to go up 2-0. I mean, they got that early goal in the first half with the wind at their back, spent all that time trying to generate that multi-goal lead, and were unable to do so. And, you know, with the wind into your face, you're not going to get a much better chance than that. We talked all day about how important it is to keep the ball to the ground. I mean, you saw it right there. All you have to do is get it up in the air a little bit, and it is just completely out of control and out of your hands.
Woodard lost it here on the far side. And that'll be played out of play for a throw-in for the Eutectics. And some tidying up on that first half. The goal scorer has been changed, by the way. It is no longer Hugh McCauley's goal. Sorry to him. He remains at 2 goals now. But hey, congrats to Tim Echeniz, the freshman from France. Now he gets credit for that first goal, so he's now up to 2 on the season.
It's always a positive story for someone, Tanner.
And always a negative for the other.
Well, you know, you can be the glass half empty guy. I'll be the glass half full guy.
You know what? I should fill up that glass because McCauley, though he loses on the goal, he does get the assist. So that he will at least walk home with something in the stat sheet today.
Cup's full either way.
As here come the Eutectics on the far side. Tried to cut back towards the middle to Alcanati, but it's taken away from him. Here come the Mustangs.
You know, back to that missed chance there for the Mustangs. There's kind of a feel that you get when you are the opposing team of, wow, that was a huge chance for them, and now that door has been left open for us. And I think the Eutectics just have that feeling that, hey, that opportunity is going to present itself, and when it does, the Eutectics, you just get that sense they're going to be ready for it.
Yeah, and you're spot on to circle that as the moment of, boy, maybe you look back on that, maybe you don't. That's just one of those where it's too good of an opportunity and too well built up to not take advantage of.
Yeah, and that's the real shame if you're a Mustangs fan, was everything was so good prior to that shot.
Intercept by Taylor there. Now the Eutectics coming on the near side. They play it ahead for Jacob Woodard, but it's too far in front of him, and that will roll all the way out for a goal kick.
And see, that is that example of why you saw a little bit slower pace from the Mustangs in the first half, because when you do try to complete those long passes, it just gets tough going this direction that the Eutectics are now.
Nice job by Medlock to intercept that. That'll be taken away. Woodard going to try and apply some pressure now on the Mustangs. They will be able to escape for the time being. We talked about it. Medlock had a very good first half for UHSP. Him and Woodard were the ones that were having that nice connective passing to try and build their attack. As here comes Central Baptist now on the near side, bringing it towards the middle. Burden going to line up a shot, and he sails this one wide to the right, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eutectics.
Going this direction, that is something that the Eutectics will concede every single time. About 25 yards out, I mean, you'd have to strike it perfectly just to put it on frame like we saw, and by the time it gets there, how much gas does it have left is really the question.
That's why in the 18-yard box is where the money will be won for the Mustangs here in half number 2. Medlock's got time to settle this one down, and he will bring it ahead on the near or far side. Get some support in the middle. Lesmus has it. Play it back now. Bring it ahead. Greither has it. Tried to get it to Woodard. Tried to thread the needle there, but it gets intercepted, taken away. McElhaney was the one who stole it. And will roll all the way to Taylor, who will settle it down, and if he needs to, he can use his hands.
Great work by Owen Rogers once again getting out there, because Billy Murray was right in the penalty area with nobody marking him. He was going to have a great look at goal had Rogers not made that play.
One in the midfield by Burden for the Mustangs. Tries to play it. A great sliding challenge there by Taylor, and he also will maintain possession and tried to play a run there, but it goes out of play. But another great play by the defender. Oh, or excuse me, that was Owen Rogers that made that play for the steal, not Chris Taylor. But both those guys, Rogers and Taylor, had great first half and continue here in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I just cannot say enough good things about Owen Rogers. And again, that young man seems to just continue to get better and better and better every time we see him.
Not able to settle that one in. Throw in for Eutectics.
And I think, the last game I had for the Eutectics, Rogers, he lost his composure a little bit, got a little emotional out there, and that's something that, of course you don't want to have happen at any time, but I think it just shows his passion for this game, and that's why he is the quality of player that he is, because he wants it that badly. And when you've got that kind of attitude on your team, now you've got, a guy that really brings that in the attack in Jacob Woodard, and then a guy that anchors you at the back end in Owen Rogers that really just takes on that never quit mindset. And I think it's just a great thing that the Eutectics have building in that regard.
Well, and for these backline guys, lose that composure. Why? Because these guys are not afraid to throw the body around, which will then sometimes lead to some frustration. But they will throw it around and go into the dangerous areas and win some of those 50-50 balls, which can be brutal on the body as well. So that'll go out of play. Throw in for the Eutectics. I'll say this, partner, we haven't been drilled yet by a soccer ball, knock on wood, but every time it gets close over here, I start to panic. Like about right now, when I expect one of those deflections to come and drill us.
Well, it's when you least expect it, and you put the announcer's hex on us, so you know it's coming now at some point.
I know I did that to us, but we all knew. We set the over-under at what, 2.5 before the game?
Smashing the under right now. If you ran to the betting table at halftime.
Give and go here from the Mustangs. Nice move towards the middle. Getting taken down from behind. Rolled towards goal. No foul is going to be called. McAuley went down while he was trying to get something into the middle there. A little surprised there was no whistle.
I think these refs have done a great job on multiple occasions of not really taking into account how did the player fall down, but really just assessing the initial contact.
Tactics go quickly here, right in front of us on the far side. It's taken away by the Mustangs. That took a deflection and spins to midfield. And these teams a year ago played, last year it was at Central Baptist, and they played to a 2-2 tie. Jacob Woodard had both goals for the Eutectics in that game. though the stat sheet will be more in favor of the Mustangs, this one has felt like it's got kind of that tie feel to it so far. About 10 minutes into the second half, tried to dance around on the edge there. McCauley had it taken away, though. Now the U-Tectics with a chance for a quick counterattack. Alkinani's the one that will bring it down the far side now. Woodard's running with them. Tried to cross, got deflected, but it went right back to him, and then it gets poked out of play for a UHSP throw-in.
Oh, man, he had Jacob Woodard in the corner right there, and those are the big opportunities, and I think that's where you want to build is down the sides and then try to get that service into the box.
Woodard had that one bounce on him. Lesmus was trying to get it to him. And Locke will play it all the way back to his center back there.
And I say that again because, you know, it just gets so difficult to play that direct ball with the wind at your back. You get a little bit more space, and it takes the keeper out of the equation a little bit.
Nice run by Rajesh here. He's going to play it towards the far side. Alkinani's got it. Tactics have some numbers forward, playing it towards the back post. It'll be headed away for the time being for the Mustangs. So they'll try to settle it down. We'll burn it on the far side.
That's the formula right there, though, for the U-Tectics. That was nicely done.
One thing, too, that they'll have to adjust to, not like they've had a shooting lane, so it's not like I'm saying they've missed an opportunity. They can let it fly from deep here in the second half compared to unlike the first half.
Well, and that's what that starts to do. Once you show that you have that ability to take it up the flank, get that dangerous service into the box, it opens up chances from out here. Woodard could even let that one fly and make it dangerous.
Woodard tried to play it into the 18-yard box or maybe switch the field. The pass took a deflection. Burden will now carry on the near side for Central Baptist.
Mustangs have been able to keep the U-Tectics from generating a shot yet in this second half, over 10 minutes through now.
They build the attack now. Bressers brings it ahead. They go towards the far side. Back all the way back to Bressers. Gets poked. Still in play. Belly's looking for support. Gives it towards the edge of the 18-yard box. The Chinese, who scored the first goal, had it go towards the middle. Shot attempt is blocked high into the air. It bounces inside the 18-yard box. The clearance attempt takes a deflection. UHSP is now out of danger as they play it towards the near side. They've got runners. Woodard's on the trying to get to the receiving end of this one. It's just too far out in front of him, and it will be grabbed by the keeper.
That was a little closer than it looked like it initially might be. Medlock doing a good job to work back, but it was offside anyway.
I wondered how two guys got that open on this far side here. Free kick coming for the U-Tectics. As we've talked about, but no shots yet for the U-Tectics in this second half. Pressure being applied by Rogers. It'll go out. It'll be a throw-in for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Padre Maleba continuing to show good things. And you can just tell Maleba when he's got the ball at his feet, you can almost see the confidence rise in his teammates. Hey, something might be about to happen here.
Yeah, you're right. And he's the guy, as you mentioned, coming into the half, provided the spark. He's thinking about a shot. Said he gives it off to his teammate. Lines up a shot with the left foot. Nice save by Taylor. Rebound is bouncing around. Taylor is still racing after this ball. He's going to just kick this out of play. Boy, Taylor way out of goal. And now we'll see the Mustangs try and get it back into the box quickly while he's out of position. Clearance attempt is still inside the 18-yard box.
Wyatt Taylor's got to be asking the ball girl over there, hey, aren't you a UHSP student? You gave that ball to him way too quick.
Hey, you're supposed to fumble with it a little bit.
Yeah, hold on a second. I just lost the handle for a quick second. My fault.
Throw it to the wrong spot. Collins being criticized by the other ball girl.
It's all in good fun. I don't mean anything by it.
Tactics
I just enjoyed that moment personally. I hope everyone else could too.
Played here down the far side, trying to get to the other end of it. Al-Kanani gets around the edge now. Al-Kanani's looking for support, trying to play it to Woodard in the box. It goes out of play. We're going to have our first corner kick of the afternoon.
Hugo Chacon, that man has really shown some burst at both ends. His athleticism not only paying off with speed, but jumping ability too.
Tactics play quickly, takes a deflection inside the box. Woodard got his head on it. He was offsides though. After that ball took a deflection, but they're going to have this just be a goal kick, it looks like. Well, surprised you Tactics wanted to go short with that one on the corner kick, especially with the wind at their back. You can really get that ball. We talked about it earlier in the game, where when you got the wind at your back, it almost sets things up more perfectly. That's a line drive. That would have hit a fan in the head, if not for that tree over there.
Yeah, it's a good thing the tree paid the price, otherwise it would have been an unsuspecting fan.
Well, we're running out of soccer balls on this end of the field.
Which, you know, let's give some credit to our ball girls out here. With the wind blowing everywhere, they are doing a great job running down these errant soccer balls.
Not very high fences around us here. They're about, what, waist high to us?
And, you know, my criticism earlier wasn't even a criticism. It was just you're too good in that moment.
Too good. As this one will go right to the keeper. Tactics starting to build some momentum here in the second half offensively, starting to apply some more pressure.
Yeah, starting to feel like the Tactics have the idea of, okay, here's what we want to do, how to attack, and also understand that both sides start trying to recalibrate, just adjusting with the wind. It's one thing to know that the wind is going to affect the ball differently, but then to actually play it out there, it's quite a jarring experience sometimes.
This one's hit a mile high in the air and will carry to the Central Baptist and goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Mustangs. Mustangs will make a sub. They called a foul, excuse me, not a throw-in. Did not go out of play. So foul on that near side. Tactics have got numbers up there. It'll look like they may try and apply a little bit of pressure here, but
which we really haven't seen so far.
No, they've been very conservative so far. Every now and then they'll send someone like Woodard out there to sprint after it, but right, for the most part, it's been very kind of calm, composed. They don't want to get too far caught, so they don't get caught from behind. Nice shoulder check there. I believe that was Rogers that delivered that, and then the ball played ahead, too far out in front of Al-Kanani.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised that didn't draw a whistle, but there are very few times you're going to see Owen Rogers out physicaled out there, and just by looking at him you might not think that, but he plays with that fire.
I see subs coming on now. Tilson will check in, freshman from Sweden. For the Tactics, Martano, first time I think we've seen Pietro today as he's coming in.
Martano, one of those guys that can really be that connecting piece, like we've talked about. Mentioned maybe Ty Medlock and what he's done so well in the past with Jacob Woodard, but Martano is another guy that when that ball gets to his feet, I mean, look out. He is a really talented distributor.
Lesmus is the one that came out for Martano. We'll see if it leads to something for the Tactics. Still trailing 1-0 to their conference rival, Central Baptist. Mustangs now building an attack from the midfield, going down, and a foul will be called. McCauley was the one that went down. Or Mackley, excuse me, went down. Free kick. Just on the outside edge here, the 18-yard box. This is probably, what, 20 to 25 yards away from goal.
And again, this is in that range that we talked about. Eutectics probably okay with conceding a shot from this spot. See if the Mustangs want to try to build something or put a play on here.
Going to be tough to put this one on goal, but havoc can be created here. It's a dangerous area.
Now, if you can get it up over the wall and then put some topspin on it, the wind will help pull it down.
Throws it towards goal and scores.
And that's exactly what he did. Wow.
What a shot by Central Baptist, and they lead it 2-0. I believe that may have been 18 again. And if it was, it would be the second for Tim Echanese.
And that was a snipe. That was the only way he was going to score a goal from there, and just struck it perfectly. And it had that action that we talked about. Got it up over the wall, and then right at about the 6-yard mark, that's where it started to dive and also head towards that near post where he's able to sneak it in.
Now it's turned over by the Eutectics and a chance for a quick counterattack already. Echanese with the goal makes it 2-0. Second goal of the afternoon for him. Nice step up and intercept there by Taylor. Tactics will play this one down the field, but it's too far out, and it will go out of play for a throw-in. Boy, just a momentum breaker there for the Eutectics on that goal. You commit that foul, you're building some momentum on the attack, looking to try and just get this game even. And now it really feels like a tough mountain to climb inside of 25 minutes to go.
Well, you got to give a ton of credit to Central Baptist, because we talked about it at the end of the first half. It felt like the Eutectics had kind of steadily built momentum throughout the end of that half. But right from the word go in this second half, the Mustangs have been on the balls of their feet, and the Eutectics have been on their heels. And we expected with the change in the wind maybe that to be the opposite, but the Mustangs have flipped that script that we had kind of laid out for the beginning of this second half.
Tactics have to go all the way back to Rogers on the back line now. They will send a long one down that near side, racing after it there. Mendoza, he can't get to it as it goes out of play. First conference game of the year between these two sides. In the AMC, American Midwest Conference, the NAIA level here. Tactics still looking for win number 1 of the season. 0-7 coming into this one. Fought for on the near side. Trying to keep this in. Eutectics send bodies for support. Goes out. Be another throw in for UHSP. They go towards the midfield now. Now tried to play that to Water, did Martano. And a foul is going to be called, it looks like. And we'll have a free kick coming for the Mustangs. Going to stop the clock, and we're going to get a yellow handed out, and it's going to go to the Eutectics. Third yellow handed out to the Eutectics today. Mendoza's the one that will get that one, and it feels like 2 of the 3 yellows we've seen have not been for the challenge, but have been for what's been said afterwards.
Yeah, not a ton of physicality, chippiness really in this game. Referees have not really needed to intervene for the most part.
Medlock will intercept that pass that came from the keeper. Try to play it to the middle for Woodard. Popped up in the air and it won't go very far. Tactics trying to find a way to get on the receiving end of this. Near the edge of the 18-yard box, Woodard tried to get to that. Mustangs, though, will kind of clear this out. Play towards midfield. Mustangs settle it down. Medlock once again reads it perfectly and gets the steal, and now they come down the far side. Alkanani's going to try and help wait for support now. Brings it ahead with the right foot, plays it towards the middle. Woodard, or no, excuse me, that was not Woodard, that was Croft that could not settle it down. Then it will go out and it will be a goal kick, and we will see a sub coming on here for the Eutectics. Stephen Holsey will come into the game, the freshman forward from Bone Terry, Missouri.
Yeah, I thought Muhammad Alkanani did a really nice job there. Waited for some help, of course, down by multiple goals with just 21 minutes left. Now the Eutectics starting to commit some more bodies forward when they gain the possession. Waited for them to get into the picture, but it was just enough time. Okay, so now, now we're on. There's one.
That's what I've been talking about, those little deflections.
Producer's got 4 hands. He's running the show over there. He's blocking soccer balls in front of us.
Running scoreboard. He's doing it all over here. Coming down the far side now. Try to play it, but Medlock once again is there. At least deflects it out of play. Medlock's had a very good game here for the Eutectics today. Tilson. Now it goes towards the middle. McNamara. Play it down the near side now. Little give and go. Rajesh does a great job, though. Read that perfectly and steals it away. And Eutectics have numbers if they can hurry now. Trying to go down the near side. Being brought ahead. I believe that's Martano over there. He'll get cut off. Or Holsey. Yeah, excuse me. He'll be cut off. That was Martano there that knocked it out of play.
Good burst there from Stephen Holsey, and that's exactly what you want to see. Fresh legs coming off the bench. Try to make an impact.
Shame that they couldn't really get anything into the box. They had numbers on that counter attack. Looked like almost 4-on-3 or 5-on-4. Played now into the middle here. Trying to line up a shot, but it got blocked. Croft was trying to get that to his right foot for the shot. Now it leads to a quick counter opportunity, but a nice step up and a nice intercept there from Rogers.
Hugh McCauley has really struggled with the physicality of Rogers.
Late shot there delivered to Croft. He's a little slow after getting hit. Ball played, switch fields, settled down. McAlay got it again. Nice crossover there. And then a good job to shield him off. And we'll see. We'll have a goal kick here. Taylor came off the line there in kind of an awkward position. But it goes out of play. It will be a goal kick.
Yeah, it was the right play, though.
Medlock got worked on that play, though, on the defense.
Yeah, so we saw early on that first goal by McCauley, he got to his left foot and showed just how dangerous he was with it. Well, the Eutectics were wise to, at that time, force him to go right. He made a nice move to get to the end line, just unable to find a shot from it or maybe get one for a teammate.
Tactics. Woodard got taken down hard from behind there. Free kick coming. He's slow to get up.
Yeah, and it wasn't so much the contact as it was Hugo Chacon just coming down right on top of him.
And not only on top of him, then kind of dragging them on the ground as their momentum carried.
Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't make too much of an effort to not have all of his momentum and weight on him as well. Which
we'd call that roughing the passer in football.
It's part of the game.
There's a free kick coming for the Tactics right at midfield.
But you know, another player who's not as composed as Jacob Woodard might react to that. You know, they might turn around and swing an arm or something and get a yellow card out of it, but Jacob Woodard always under control.
Ball down the line there. They try to get it towards the corner of the 18-yard box to Woodard. Nice step up by Rogers to get the intercept there as they come near side or far side now to Medlock. Medlock will switch fields again. Holsey's got it at the edge of the 18-yard box, trying to get to the left foot. Too heavy of a touch, though, and it'll be taken away by the Mustangs. They've got a chance now for a counterattack. They're going to send it long. Bressers is going to race after it. Central Baptist throwing more numbers towards the 18-yard box. Nice job by Taylor, though, to cut that one off and then knock it out of play. Or no, excuse me, he's able to find a teammate on the near side there. And the Tactics will now try to counter. Great ball played ahead. It takes a deflection off of a head, racing after it. Alkanani going to try and keep this one in play. He does. He's waiting for some support to get into the box now. Plays it all the way back for Martano, but it's going to be intercepted by the Mustangs.
Yeah, I think Muhammad probably wishes that he would have took a look behind him before he went to go play that ball. That was a corner kick coming for the Tactics, and they just didn't have the support that he needed on that play. And, you know, the set pieces are worth their weight in gold for that reason for UHSP right now, to get everybody committed forward and get that really kind of rare scoring opportunity in the second half. Saw those 3 shots in the first half from the Tactics. They have 1 in the second half.
Postal comes back into the game for the Tactics. Mata will come in, sophomore from Jonesboro, Arkansas. He checks in for Central Baptist now. Yeah, we've only seen 1 corner kick, if I'm not mistaken, so far in this game, and that was for the Tactics. And they didn't even send it in the box. They played it short and then tried to get it into the 18-yard box. Bressers has it. They will now come here. Ekele has an overlapping run. Mata, the newly entered player, throws it into the box. And a good job to get his foot to it by Rogers as he deflects it. And now Tactics get it cleared. Now they've got potential numbers. Woodard gets it, settles it down, tries to go back to his teammate on the give and go in Alkanani, but it'll be intercepted by Mustangs. Credit to Central Baptist in this one. They've done a great job at not allowing the counterattack to very often build anything offensively for UHSP.
Well, it's kind of incredible, you know, the way that in the first half it was 8 shots for Central Baptist. They now have 9 shots here in the second half, and a little frustration there from Alkanani earns him a yellow card. Oh boy.
And now there might be more going on. Here's Alkanani shoves. Player who came back and was talking to him. Alkanani wasn't too happy about it. He does receive a yellow.
And McCauley has been getting roughed up all game. If it's not Rogers, this time it's Alkanani knocking him to the turf, and Jacob Woodard, as usual, the adult in the room.
Alkanani will be taken out. He must know he's not coming back. He shook the hand of the ref. So 4 yellow cards now for the Tactics. They have been cautioned a lot so far this season. Right now, Central Baptist trending towards their 4th victory inside of 14 minutes ago. And, you know, how do they win their games? They shut out opponents. Their 3 wins this season have been on shutouts. Foul will be called there. tell who that was that committed that foul. Looks like that's going against Greither.
Believe you are correct there.
So free kick now coming for Mustangs. This is where they've been dangerous. Both their goals have come off of set pieces, if I'm not mistaken. One actually went in. The other one was one that hit the crossbar, and they were able to get the rebound to put home.
You're exactly right. So no corners, yet still the free kicks have been the way to get it done.
And there must be some hand fighting going on inside the box. Official slows things down to talk with those guys that'll be making this run here. Doesn't want any silly business, as this ball will be bent towards the back post. Getting a head on it there was Murray, but the ball floated away from him, but he's able to get back to it now. Ball banked off of him last, I believe, and it will be a UHSP throw-in.
Yeah, you can tell this head referee knows what he's doing and brings some experience to the table. He's just trying to make sure things don't get out of hand here late. Really a great job by our referees all day long. William Brinker and Khalil Mendoza coming back. Hulsey will come off along with Medlock.
They're making a couple of changes. I can hear them marking out orders, trying to kind of change up positions out there as well. Inside of 12 minutes. Tactics looking to find a way to get on the board here. Almost won there by Tolan. There'll be a throw in for the Mustangs. Trying to play it towards midfield. Nice sliding challenge effort there by Mendoza, but he can't get it, and the Mustangs have it now. They're looking for more. Big run there. That was Bresser that tried to get to the other side of it. Now it takes a deflection. It comes out. McAlay, oh, he got taken down hard, and a penalty is going to be called against the Eutectics. Heavy yellow card. Oh, no official went into the pocket, didn't pull out a yellow. Foul goes against Rogers, and a chance for the Mustangs to make it 3-0.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate there for Rogers. He got the ball first, but it's just too much body on the way through, and you know the optics more than anything are what earn you the call there.
Yeah, you're right. Did get the ball first, but when your whole body will take him out as well. Well, McAlee was the one that got denied the goal after the first half. It got taken away from him, and now he's got a chance to get it back. He's the one that lines up for this PK. He goes to his left, but he's denied by Taylor, who makes a diving save, and he's able to hold on. No rebound as well.
Did you see that? He kind of feinted towards that corner, worked back to the middle, and then had to backtrack that way to get to the near post to cover. That was phenomenal stuff by Wyatt Taylor.
Boy, that still gives the Eutectics a shot in this one inside of 10 minutes, and we're going to have a yellow card handed out here now. And it's going to send a man off for the Eutectics, as it looks like they handed out a second yellow. I believe that's Greither that got it over there. It is. And Greither now, after receiving a second yellow card, will now have the Eutectics a man short. And there's also going to be a yellow handed out to Yort Bressers.
So did we just get 3 yellow cards there?
I think we got 2. I think Greither was already playing on a yellow.
Okay.
So he will come off now.
I thought that first yellow was being presented to a Mustangs player.
Bressers did get one for the Mustangs. So Greither comes off, and the Eutectics, just as I was saying, you know, that save from Taylor will allow them to potentially come back from this 2-0 game. Now it's a lot harder. Going to be playing a man down.
Yeah, and that's just, you know, unfortunate more than anything that Caden Greither is such a bright-looking young player, just a sophomore, and you just hate that he's got to sit a game out now and, you know, try to get that development going. Trying to get the clock right here.
They're giving him I think they threw a parent out.
Oh boy.
Not what you want to see, as things have really escalated both on and off the field.
Maybe get an explanation of what this card was for. I'm curious. So, referee doesn't know exactly, but his suspicion is what mine was, is that something might have been said there, because it looked like that yellow was initially going on the contact from the Mustangs player, and then I guess the exception came from Greither, and that's what earned him his second yellow.
Now the tough part for the official is, he's going to be on look out for anything extra, as it's 2-0 in a conference game against two teams that don't really like each other. He's going to try and just keep the composure in this one so we can get through the final 10 minutes. Magalay cuts towards the middle, try to get that towards the left foot, but a nice defensive play there by Taylor. And now here comes Rogers with a head of steam. He's been shot out of a cannon, trying to avoid the trailing defender, tries to chip it over. Would have been offsides, maybe not. Flag never went up. It was a good run by Rogers, though, and man, he continues to have a great afternoon.
Yeah, he really has been impressive, and that was really close. Mendoza almost picked that one out of the air with his heel to settle it down. That was nearly a tremendous play, but just unfortunate that we had a fan kicked out in this one, and a bit surprising to me, because I feel like everything has been awfully fair.
Yeah, I would agree with that sentiment. I don't think there's been anything to really question. This is a nice ball played ahead. Tolan's trying to get to it, trying to get there, and it's going to be poked away from him, and it will roll all the way out for a UHSP throw-in.
Yeah, Joe McElhenney has just been solid at the back end for the Mustangs, has not allowed that big mistake, that big opportunity for UHSP.
Foul is called. Looks like this is just on the end of the box there. So this will essentially serve as almost a short corner coming for the Eutectics. Well, here's a chance for you to really get back in this game. 7:50 to go.
There's plenty of time.
If you can get on the receiving end of this ball, get this to a one-goal game, you're right back in it. So Woodard is one of the Eutectics that's over there. Trying to see who the other one is.
It's Martano there with them.
See how they want to play this ball here. Woodard runs over it. Now we'll sprint towards the edge of the 18-yard box. They go to Woodard, who tries to put it towards goal. And he just sailed that one a little bit high. Like the idea there from the Eutectic zone, especially with the wind at your back.
Best chance of the day for the Eutectics right there. Just a little bit too much on it, and he had to strike it in that way to get it over the defenders that had a potential to block that shot. So of course Jacob Woodard giving it his best effort, and it was a good one.
When I saw him over there, you could tell that he was probably going to do something to get into a shooting lane, and they executed it, just couldn't get it on goal. So we saw Tolan come back, or excuse me, Medlock come back into the game. Now a chance for the Mustangs as they will play it towards the far side. Magalay. Shot attempt or cross attempt, whatever you want to call it, took a deflection off the Eutectic, goes out of play, and I think the first corner we've seen today for the Mustangs.
The game that I called last night, it was so windy that they were having trouble with free kicks and corners, just couldn't get the ball to stand still. And at a certain point, you couldn't even you had to take a short corner because the ball was going to start moving unless you just immediately kicked it the second you took your hand off of it.
Looks like Mata's the one that will try to bend this one into the box with the left foot. And he threw that one way too close to goal as it ends up hitting the side netting. A goal kick coming for the Eutectics.
It's worth noting, you know, going into, of course, for the last 5:30 of this one and for the women's game to follow, the wind has died down a little bit here as we've moved along throughout the day. A little bit, not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot, but definitely a little. Temperatures have remained about the same. Been a beautiful day here at Creve Coeur Soccer Park. 2-0. Mustangs lead it over the Eutectics here in the AMC Conference opener. Ball will be played towards midfield now. Eutectics bring it ahead, try to get it to water. It's being popped up high into the air. It's beautiful 74 degrees and mostly cloudy here. And it's taken away by the Eutectics into the box. Here they come, played towards the middle. Woodard gets his left foot on it and scores. Great settle down with his right quad. Got it to the left, and the Eutectics make things interesting. They've cut the lead down to 1. It's 2-1 with 4:41 to go in the second half.
Well, I don't think he's going to show up anywhere in the stat sheet on this goal. It was that man again, Owen Rogers, just with his hair on fire from his center back position, streaking up the field. I'm not even sure if he got a touch on that ball, but he affected the play enough to allow Tanner Tolan to create that chance for Woodard. That was spectacular.
Thing of beauty, and now the Eutectics will really throw numbers up as it's 2-1, inside 5 to go.
And a reminder, they're playing a man down right now.
That's right. Greither sent off with 2 yellows. And somehow they still surprise the Mustangs, who now bring it ahead with a head of steam. They play Murray through, but Murray is offsides, and that will lead to a free kick for the Eutectics. Four minutes to go here.
4 minutes has got to feel like an eternity for the Mustangs after they have been so good all game long, particularly in the second half when we thought it might be the Eutectics on the attack, and now all of a sudden a little crack in the armor.
As they throw this one into the 18-yard box, but it'll be grabbed by the keeper. And how big is that save now, looking for Taylor on that penalty kick that he made, sprawling to his right. And not only making the save, catching the ball low, far out as possible, and not allowing a rebound.
He's had 3 saves like that today.
Well, it will flop onto this one. About 3 minutes to go here in the second half. And these teams tied, a season to go, 2-2. Eutectics looking to try and even this one up into a piece as Medlock's pass got away from him. Central Baptist will get to it. They'll play it down the line. Great ball played ahead for Murray. Murray gets around Taylor for the time being, but Taylor will recover now. Murray plays it ahead. Open is Bressers. Settles it back down. Wide right. Each of these was looking for his 3rd goal of the afternoon. Taylor was there, though. It goes out. Goal kick with 2.5 to go.
Yeah, he had that shot covered if it was on goal. The only way that was going in is if it was perfectly placed in the top corner.
Taylor sends it away. And ball's around it midfield. Postal's trying to get it for the Eutectics. He has it now. Now he's going to send a low pass ahead that will get through to Rogers.
That was a great ball.
Rogers gets it to Tolan on the far side now as Eutectics start to throw bodies into the box. Goes to Medlock, the late man. Medlock throws it towards goal, but it's right on target. Etergren is going to be able to make that save. Great look, though, for the Eutectics late.
Oh, that was a superb strike from Ty Medlock. It had the inside-out spin on it, too, but with that wind behind, it just didn't let it work towards that near post. That was a great, great attempt by Ty Medlock.
Mustangs are offsides now, minute 30 to go. Medlock will just play it short now to Rogers. They're looking to throw numbers up. They'll play this towards the far side here to Tolan. Tolan's trying to spin and get the edge. He got taken down, and they're not going to call. I'm not sure what happened there. Tolan tried to play it quickly as if it was a free kick, but he played it right to the Mustangs. I think he was trying to bank it off of him for a throw-in. A misplay, and now it allows for them to go towards the near side to Bressers, who's got numbers with him. Tries to give it off for Murray, and a nice recovery there defensively. As I can't tell who that was. I think that might have been Martano that stepped in front there. Or no, excuse me, it was Postal who stepped in front. Postal's going to win the ball back now for the Eutectics. Inside of a minute to go, 35 seconds left. Trying to get that thrown forward there was Brinker, but he got cut off from behind. It goes out for a throw-in. 30 seconds to go.
Got to go quick.
Rogers throws it down the line, and that'll be booted out of play. 15 seconds to go in this one. Eutectics throwing numbers forward. They throw it to Woodard, who plays it back to Rogers.
10 seconds.
Rogers is going to throw this into the box. It takes a deflection. Almost on the receiving end was Tolan. The goalie will roll it out to his right just to let the clock run down. Great push from the Eutectics in the final 5 minutes, but they will drop their conference opener to the Central Baptist Mustangs by a final score of 2-1.
Yeah, that's a tough way to end it, but that's what you want to see from this Eutectics team. A ton of fight shown on this field today. A man down. They made that awfully interesting late. And gosh, back to that strike from Ty Medlock, that deserved to be a goal. It was a really nice save. Wasn't necessarily a high-level save, but Ty Medlock really had that equalizing chance right there, gave it everything he could. And, of course, Grant Woodard able to get on the board. And, you know, again, a big shout-out to this defensive line that continues to take steps forward for the Eutectics. Called Owen Rogers' name a ton today. Christopher Taylor, steady as can be. And Caden Greither was actually the man that was sent off for the Eutectics, but he has been certainly a big bright spot for this team early on this season as well.
Yeah, and Rashad Rajesh as well. He was another guy that ended up playing very well on the right back position there for the Eutectics as they drop their conference opener here to Central Baptist by a final score of 2-1. They'll be back in action conference play October 5th as they go on the road when they'll take on Mission. 2 o'clock will be kickoff on October 5th for their second conference game. So the final score in this one, Central Baptist Mustangs beat the UHSP Eutectics, who dropped to 0-8 on the season by a final score of 2-1. 2 goals scored today by Central Baptist. Thanks to Tim Echanese, he scored 2 goals to give him 3 on the season. Jacob Woodard had the lone goal for the Eutectics in today's loss. For my partner Colin Surrey, I'm Tanner Hendrickson. We say so long here from the Creve Coeur Soccer Complex.